pregnant, and I've been pregnant for a while.
Why did you fuck your friend's boyfriend? You were telling me how you used to street fight.
Oh, yes, I did. I grabbed her and I start making out with her.
Testing, and we are back with Keeping It Real. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video of Keeping It Real. On today's video, the guest that was on my first episode ever, day one, is back. Evelyn.
Yep, it's me, I'm back. I'm the original.
She was the original Keeping It Real, guys. We were gonna start off with this only being her and I thing, right? But we wanna make it for everyone, you know, to hear everyone's secrets.
Yeah, you get more juice that way.
For question number one of Evelyn is, I heard you ran away from your house one time. What led you to make that decision?
Okay, so this was back when I was probably like 13, 14 maybe. Okay, so there's a whole story behind it. I was with a guy named Alex for a long ass time. I'm talking long. I'm talking 7 to like freshman year. And he was like the first guy I ever did anything and everything with. And but he was a cheater. He was a real bad cheater. And he would be like, hey, let's go to the bathroom. And as much as I didn't want to, it was like, it's either I don't want to and I don't go, or it's like, if see no boy, he's gonna go do it with somebody else, you know? And I was like, I'd rather it be me even if I don't want to for like 30 seconds. This man only ever lasted 30 seconds. So it wasn't that big of a deal. And then that time, we had done it before a couple times, and that time, somebody records a video and like takes like it was more like a picture, and they were like the bottom of the stall, you know. And they were like only at Barry, and everybody was reposting it, but I guess somebody like told them.
So then you weren't 13, it was like 14 to 15 time frame.
Maybe, yeah, I was like 14, and then yeah, I was 14, and then because it was my freshman year, and then they posted it everywhere, and I guess somebody told school, and the school like started looking at the cameras and everything, but I didn't go back to school that next day to find out, you know, if they caught me or not. Instead, I got home after the guy caught us. We were in the bathroom like, fuck, because the guy yelled in, y'all couldn't wait, and I was like, ain't no fucking way, y'all we got caught.
Who was it? You know who?
No, it was like a senior girl, but he later got exposed for sucking toes himself. So, not too much on me. And then, so we left the school because we were like, he wasn't done. So I was like, fuck. And so we left. And that time, he had nutted inside of me. And so I had to get a plan B because I was fucking paranoid as fuck. And then, so he brought it to my house. And I opened the door, and my mom tells my brother to go outside to, you know, check what the fuck, like who's here to see me, to make sure it's him. And I'm hugging him, and I'm like, where is it? Like, I'm in his ear, like, where is it? And he's like, oh, it's in the pocket. I'm like, okay. So, my brother hears that, and he's like, what is it, drugs? And I was like, no. But, like, he was asking as a joke.
Right.
My mom took it serious. I went inside. She was like, empty everything out of your pockets. I was like... And so I pulled out like coins out of like 100,000,000 coins in one of my pockets. And then the next pocket, I had the fucking big ass Plan B box in there. And I was fucked. So I was like... And then she started being like, oh, you're a prostitute. You know, this and this and this. And I didn't even care. Like, I wasn't crying. I wasn't like, no. I was just like... This is why I don't tell you things. Like, obviously, I was in the wrong. But I was like, this is why I don't tell you things about my personal life. Like, this is what led me to that. The fact that I can't, like, confiar en ti and, like, talk about, like, things like that with you. It's going to, like, what leads me to doing, like, bad shit. So, well, I can't all blame it on her, but, like, you know. So, I ran away that day. But I didn't even run away to his house. Because he was, like, being like, oh, you're fucking stupid for that. Da-da-da. And I'm like... fuck you, because you're also part of this.
Right.
and like you're not gonna support me, like obviously, you know, cuando yo ya tengo la idea to do something, I'm going to end up doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I all he could do was like tell me that, like, oh, like you're so dumb. So I was like, okay. But then I was friends with this guy who wanted to be with me, but I just couldn't be with him because I was like not used to it. And back then I was like, there's no way I just went through all that. Like with I was delusional. I was like, my first kiss, my first guy to ever do anything with me, I don't know about to leave him to be with somebody else. So even though he was a cheater, I stayed. But then, like, I hit up Robert because he told me, if, like, as a joke, like, when we were friends talking more, he was like, oh, like, if you ever want to, I would be like, I'm about to run away, like, LMAO. Like, I would say that when I thought something was funny, I don't know. And he was like, no, but dead ass, though, if you ever run away to my house. So I was like, okay, shit, I'm about to do that. So I called him, even though we weren't on good talking terms because I had just left him to be with Alex again, because I would do that. I would be like, no, I can't be with you anymore. And then I would go with the other guy, and I would feel guilty for still wanting the other guy. Anyway, I don't do that no more. But that was me, like, my early years. And then, so I call him, and I'm like, get me an Uber at 3 a.m. Hang up. That's it.
What time was this?
This was at, like, 9, after literally my mom had just yelled at me.
9 in the afternoon.
At night, Because it was early. We were putting up the Christmas tree. I remember the day. It was December 8 or 9. And then...
New Rivera's time?
Bye. No wonder, huh? And then, I literally had the Jenny Rivera story. Without getting pregnant, though.
Okay.
And then, so I was packing my fucking bags all night. And I was not planning to be one of y'all bitches like, they'll be like, oh, I'm about to run away. I take like a little bag. No, I had 3 duffel bags on me. I had everything. I had my pictures from when I was a kid. I had what I shower with. All my stuffed animals that mattered. Everything. I literally took everything. And when I went to go despedirme of my dog, that made me cry. I literally started crying. That was the only reason I started crying. Because I was like, that's not fucking funny.
Oh, hell no.
I did not
Skinwalker?
Okay, next question.
Oh, you were still talking about how you were leaving.
Oh, so then I get into the Uber and I was crying, and the Uber pulls up and he's like, oh, you scared me. And I like just standing there, and I was like, yeah. And then I just was crying on the way with DJ Khaled blasting in the fucking Uber. It was like, you could do better than this. Oh no, Khaled, sorry, Better by Khaled. And I knock on the window. He like pulls me through the window. I go in there, and like, I'm calm. I'm not crying anymore. I'm like kind of chilled out because like that's embarrassing. Like, I'm not about to like come out with my ojos all red and puffy. Hell no.
Yeah.
And he was like, you want to watch Victorious? And I was like, yeah. And then I went to sleep. I woke up the next morning and I'm brushing my hair in the room. Tell me why my dad's car's outside and I hear a knock, and I'm like, oh, that's my fucking parents. So I go into the closet. I'm hiding. And he goes out and talks to them, you know, tries to be like, oh no, I don't know nothing about her. They leave. My mom gives him her number just in case, you know, she finds anything about me or anything. I left my phone and everything because I was like, I'm not about to get tracked. So he would give me his phone or his laptop or his Xbox, whatever, and I would just use that. And all of a sudden, when he gets out of showering, the freaking dog is barking, and somebody, like, he goes out to see who it is. Tell me why there's like hella fucking police outside of his neighborhood, and my mom's car is in the back. Well, my dad's car is in the back. And he was like, we're caught. And I was like, do I jump out the window? Because I was like, I am not getting caught right now. The fuck, hell no. I just left. And no, we ended up having to, you know, get the fuck out. Yeah, that's the story.
Alright, do you like your relationship now, or did you like it before?
So I like the one I'm in now. Well, I love the one that I'm in now because it's like I'm getting treated the way that I've always wanted to get treated. I think the only thing I can really say that like I preferred from my last one was only money. And that tells you how shitty it was if I only missed the money and nothing else. Because that was 2 and some months of years of being together. It doesn't sound that long, but it was long. And for you to only end up missing the money instead of anything else, that's kind of crazy. But yeah. So I like the one I'm in now. I prefer this one over all the other ones because I feel like I'm just more myself, more free.
Next episode is a lie detecting test.
Shut the hell up. No, I'll pass that.
What has been the worst situation you've been that made you say, I can't no more?
Well, for me, nothing ever made me feel like I can't no more. It was but like you said, I feel like that my big one was like the running away.
Mm-hmm.
But I've never had like a moment where I'm like I can't do this anymore, like I'm about to kill myself. I just always be like, no, I'm fucking chingona, me voy a ir, I don't give a fuck, le voy a hacer como yo pueda, and that's it. Like, yo no ocupo a nadie. If they don't want me here in the house, pues que chingan a su madre. Like, I'm gonna fucking figure it out by myself. A ver como lo hago, but le voy a hacer, you know? But like, realistically, I have a little screws missing, pero pues that's what I think. I'm never like, me voy a matar, me voy a suicidar. Like, for the first 5 seconds, I'll feel that way because it's like, you know, you have to give yourself a moment to cry. Y ya después, that's when I'm like, fuck no, fuck y'all bitches.
Right. Okay. Like that.
What's yours? What's your breaking point?
My breaking point? Well, if you would have watched last week's podcast, you would know.
What was it?
Those thoughts again, and I was in the car with you. And when you told me, hey, are you good? I told you, yeah, but I was not good.
I knew you. I felt it.
I said again, I was telling God at the same time, hey, you know, I'm back. So I heard you went to a party and you were drunk, that your conscience was not there well, it was there, but it wasn't working with you.
I'm drinking shots, but I don't like shots. I don't like the way they taste. So instead, I put it in cerveza. Number 1, rookie mistake. You're not supposed to mix your alcohol into anything else. Mm-hmm. So, all of a sudden, it's hitting me. And then, this girl who I'm friends with, she's lesbian. And she came, but we used to be friends at school. She was there, and she's like, I know you. She comes up to me, she's like, I know you. I'm like, of course you know me. You know, just being like, you know, of course you know me. And obviously, she's getting fucked up too. Because she starts telling me, oh, you were my crush at school. Everybody knew you were my crush. And I was like, damn, I can pull both sides. Like, look at me. You know, I ate that up. So, like, something for me, I let shit get to my head. Like, if you want to apologize to me, just be like, you are so beautiful. You're the baddest. You got the fattest ass in the whole entire world, and I will forgive you. He's like, you know, leave him. And I thought it was a joke because something I do with Gabby or like my friends is like, you act a little like fruity with them. Mm-hmm. Like you look so bad. You know, like, you know how you're saying. So I would look at him, I'm like, we're done. Like, you know, as a joke. Obviously, she's like not Gabby or anybody else. And she's like, let's go downstairs. And in my head, I think that I'm thinking about going downstairs. Like, I think, like, why does she want me to go downstairs? Like, why would I go downstairs? What's going to happen if I go downstairs? No. I wasn't thinking about what would happen if I went downstairs. I was going down the stairs while thinking that I was thinking about the whole trip of going down the stairs. No, somehow I get down the stairs, and she puts me in a room, and I think that, like, it's not real. She's like, oh, so you're nervous now? And I was like, hold up. Because a down-ass bitch is something I'll never be. I mean, not being a down-ass bitch is something I'll never be. Mm-hmm. I'll never be a pussy-ass bitch. So I grab her by her collar, because she was wearing, like, a suit. I grab her, and I start making out with her. Number 1, I do not know how to scissor. I don't know how to play with your coochie. I don't know how to do anything besides kissing. So if she was to be like, drop your pants, I would have been like... what is going on? Because I don't know what I'm doing. And he walks in, and she's behind the door, and I'm on the bed, and I open my eyes, and he's like, really? And I'm like, what is going on? Like, we were done kissing. We were done doing anything. Like, we weren't even doing anything. And he closes the door. And I'm like, what just happened? Like, we weren't doing anything. Right. And then he opens it again and like talks to the girl and is like, and you were gonna go through with it? And she was just smiling. But I didn't know there was anything to go through with. Like, I thought it was just a kissy. Yeah, like, obviously, she wasn't all up on me, like, grabbing me or nothing. She was just standing behind the door the entire time. Que yo estaba acostada. And I wasn't even acostada así como con my ropa up or nothing. I was just laying down, like, laying back. Así como if I were to lay back on this chair right now, that's how I was. I was just like, fuck, like, down my head. And I'm like, and she goes, he's mad. And I'm like, let me go deal with that. So I go back up there and he's like, oh, you were gonna do this. I was like, no, I do not know what I'm about to do with this coochie. I've never had to deal with this. So, but yeah, that was my first kiss with a girl. I had never even kissed a girl, not even my friends. So for me to do this was so out of character.
Tell me about your experience in LA, because I know you've lived in LA for how long? Like a good first parts of your life, right?
Yeah, like straight. Yeah, the first something like 7 years straight.
What was your lifestyle in LA?
I was that bitch. I've always been that bitch, number one. But my life in LA was so different to Brian's life, apparently. I was like that street bitch, you know, like that fucking, I wasn't a chola because like, but I was like in around those people and whatever. But it was great. I really do miss it all the time. Like something to me that has like a big significance to LA is I know all the bitches now listen to it, and it makes me so mad because it's like, you don't listen to it like the way that I do. It's this one song. It's Come Home Soon by The Intruders. And when it got on TikTok, I was like, Lord, oh my God, because that was my song. Because that's something I would always, like when I would come, somebody would play for me and be like, oh, like, this is what I'm going to be thinking when you're gone, da-da-da. And I'm like, oh, like everybody here is gonna miss me, and like even now, like whenever I miss LA, I'll play that because it's like how I imagine like everybody being like come home, like, you know, like and it's like all the things, like something that like Georgia has no comparison to LA is the life, like just the life in general. Like Georgia, just at night, everything is just like there'll still be cars, but the thing is, I live so close to the city. I'm from Silver Lake, you know, like near all the stuff. And so the thing is, I was close to like all the city and everything. So even when it was dark outside, it wasn't, you know, when it was night outside, it wasn't dark. Like you could still see all the buildings lit up. You could still all see like everybody. And just like how everybody knew everybody there, it's just like, it gives you a comfort, you know. And it's like all my friends and all this, even with all the bad stuff that there is, because you know you will go and see some bad stuff. You'll see some fights. Yeah. You'll see some shootouts, but it's just like, it's just a part of it. It's just like it's not like no, it's so bad to be here. No, it's just like a common day for you.
Right. You were telling me how you used to street fight.
Oh yes, I did. So something about me, I used to street fight because as they do dog fights and chicken fights and all that in LA, even though it's illegal, people over there sometimes do like some people are a little bit more badass and like will have kids only to like put them into street fighting
to make money.
To make money. And it'll be big amounts of money. And it'll be like, you're 3, you're starting to do all the classes. You're starting, as soon as you can fucking walk and do anything, you're starting into like, your dad is teaching you how to fucking fight already. I wasn't. My dad just found out by somebody else. And so they told like him, and he was like, oh, I'm going to put my kid in that. Something about my dad, he obviously wanted a boy first. Because he would, like, I was dressing cute still, but like I would also be dressing like como él quería. Like he never like bought me a princess bike. My first bike that he bought me was like with skulls and like stuff, and I was like, why can't I get a princess bike? I had to get this shit. Fuck no. But you know, it was badass because I would be like, hell yeah, look at my fucking whip. And so he put me into street fighting, and the thing is, since it's illegal, there was not a lot of restrictions. You could kick, you could bite, you could do anything. You could, like, I think the only rule was, funnily, don't gouge eyes out, which is, like, something that for some reason that's the only thing that they be putting as like a regulation. And so, but the thing is, you can fight boys and girls because the bigger the risk, the more money you're making.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be like you could be 6 fighting with an 11-year-old, you know, like it's just like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be a boy, it could be a girl, like you don't really know unless like, you know, you're just. I mean, people talk about the fight before, y te entrenan, but it's kind of like just like how it is. And so I was doing that for a good while, maybe till I was 5 when I started, and I ended at like 7, 8, I want to say. But I didn't lose that many. I think I could count on a hand how many times I lost, because obviously I'm going against like older ass fucking kids and kids that have probably trained more than me. I want to say I lost a good 6 times. Not because I gave up, but because, you know, it's just like, oh, te cuentan cuántas, like, how many times you actually made the hit, like, stuff así, si te ponen good, like, the statistics or whatever. But I never was, like, fucked up. I think I always ever had, like, a busted lip or, like, something like that. Like, it wasn't that bad.
Why did you fuck your friend's boyfriend?
So, actually, I did not fuck my friend's boyfriend. I fucked my boyfriend's friend. And that's because, this is my ex-boyfriend. He had a rule where I wasn't allowed to talk to any guys. And I'm talking any of them. So, you know, you have that rule for a long time. Like, you start, because he would be like, oh, you talk to another guy? That's cheating. So after being with my first boyfriend, I was like, anything can be cheating now, because it's like, I'd rather you tell me that everything is cheating than be cheating, because I already went through it. Then he decides later on in our relationship to go eat in the car with a girl. And now for me, in my head, this was like, obviously you said no to every other bitch, you stopped talking to every other girl, but why can't you stop talking to this girl? Why can you risk our relationship for this girl? So obviously there's something there.
Who?
It was Jocelyn. Gabby was actually the one who told me. She a real one for that one. She texted me while I was in class in my 3rd period. She was like, Evelyn, we have to talk. I was shaking. And usually when I know I start shaking and I'm cold, it's because something is going to happen. Like, something happened. Something is happening right now. So I go into the bathroom, and she's like, do you and Robert still have that rule where you're not allowed to talk to anybody else? And any other girl. And I was like, just show me. So she turns her phone like this for literally maybe 5 seconds. I look at it, look at the picture, look who the person is in the picture.
This was at school?
This was at school in the bathroom. And I'm like, okay.
No, I'm talking about Robert with Jocelyn. Was this at school? Okay.
This was during their lunch. And so I look at it and I'm like, okay. I give her back her phone. I grab my phone and I text her. I'm like, what class are you in? Like, who's your teacher? Like, you know, just normal. And I'm like, oh, like, we're in the same hallway. And he's like, oh, yeah. I go on his fucking teacher's door. And what I wanted in that moment was to just slap him. I just wanted to slap him. Just one good time and just...
Yeah.
So I asked the teacher, like, she's like, can I help you? I was like, oh, my teacher right now, Mr. Floyd, is asking to see Robert Valdez. I think this is his classroom. He said it would be quick. And then she's like, hold on. So her ass self goes and asks another teacher in, like, the little place where the teachers be eating lunch. If, like, that somebody's asking for her student, and the other fucking bitch ass teacher goes, oh no, he would send a note. So it's like, and so Robert's already out, and he's like, oh no, I know who Mr. Floyd is. And so I'm like, oh yeah, I hope you fucking do know who Mr. Floyd is, because that ain't even about him. Look at him, and I'm like, I know what the fuck you did, and we're fucking done. Because I was like, I can't slap him, because the teacher's there. I was thinking, no, I have to do something that you're like, god damn, where you're like, I really shouldn't have done that. So the thing is, he didn't know. I hope he knows now. All his homeboys, like, whenever he would do anything wrong, they would be like, oh, like, you know, you gotta fuck with a real one. And he doesn't even know. And it's one of his closest homeboys. And then like the rest of them were just like, people that were like my boyfriends before. I go and see one of the people that I thought was the finest in that friend group, and I went to the mall with him. I didn't think anything was gonna happen because for me it wasn't like me to just like acostarme con anybody. That like at that point I had two bodies. It was just him and Alex. So it wasn't weird for me to like it was kind of weird for me to do it even with Alex's. Like, damn, I haven't been with you for a long time. I'm name dropping. I went to the mall with Gio. He's touching up on me in the middle of the furniture section, and I'm like, hold the fuck up, bro. No, ma'am. He takes me to the bathroom, and I'm like, fuck. And he pulled it out of his pants. He's like, it's out there. And I'm like, yeah, it's out there. Like, I was literally talking to him, like, regular. Because I was trying to, like, avoid it. So I was just like, I turned around and I was like, just go. 3 minutes and I was out. And I never saw it. Well, I just never texted him again. Like, we just kind of knew like, to not fuck with each other anymore. Because it was like, oh, hell no. And plus, I had gotten back with Robert. But he never knew. He never knew about what I did.
So the other day we were in the car, right? And oh no! Wait, this was lunch. This was lunch, and you told me, "Hey, I took a test," and I told you, oh, "What'd you get on it?" You know, because out there you're talking about economics and finance. I'm like, okay, what'd you get on it? And you showed me a pregnancy test. So how are we far into that?
So this is where I'm gonna give you guys the big reveal. Only Brian knows, and David, of course.
We're about to get the gender, guys. We're about to get
I am pregnant, and I've been pregnant for a while. So and y'all didn't know that. Y'all didn't know that, but I was pregnant. I am pregnant right now, and yeah, and I haven't gone to the doctor to get like the gender yet, but that'll be coming up. Just kidding, guys. I'm not pregnant. I just got pregnant.
I hope you guys like this video. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Evelyn, do you want to say something before we leave?
That's it. Bye, guys.
All right, bye, guys.